You know it does. Now, Bismillah and Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam amma ba'd. My apologies. We had some issues with our Facebook. For those that want to follow along and actually get an opportunity to look at the actual whiteboard and to view with this live, I'm going to send inshallah that link to Jabril right now, and you all should be able to get it if you guys want to view the board and view everything. So I'm going to go ahead and send it inside our admin group. We're going to ask the sisters, inshallah, to have everybody follow along, because again, we had some small problems, but we were able to get it taken care of. So, all right, Jabril, I just sent it to you, okay, and we just sent it to everyone else. I'm going to send it to Miriam as well, Abdullah, so she can send it out. حبيبتي رأيت لينك الرابط الجديدة. All right, so the new link has been sent out so that everybody can benefit. Inshallah, you can share it with everybody. So if you're with us, Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, you should be able to see us as well as the board that we're going to be utilizing today. Hey, now, you should be able to see us and the board that we will be utilizing today. Hey, now, there you go. There you go. All right, طيب. So, as Jabril mentioned, we are going to go from hadith number 10. We're going to go from hadith number 10. So let's get the board clear. And then we can begin. طيب. Can everybody hear me? Everybody's good? Am I clear?
Yes, Lord.
Alhamdulillah. Now, so hadith number 10. قال المصنف رحمه الله, and he is Dr. V. Abdul Rahim, and he is the author and founder of the curriculum for the Medina books. قال عن عثمان رضي الله عنه قال, that he said that it is on the authority of Uthman.
You cut out for a second.
Can you hear us now? That it is on the authority of Uthman? That it is on the authority of Uthman. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Alhamdulillah. That it is on the authority of Uthman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him. That he said that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. رواه البخاري. That the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the meaning more or less, خيركم, the best from amongst you. خيركم, the best from amongst you, is من تعلم القرآن وعلمه, is he who learns the Quran and then teaches it. Is he who learns the Quran and then teaches it. So, and of course, this is collected by the scholar of Hadith, Imam Bukhari. Imam Bukhari. So let's unpack the Hadith by way of vocabulary words. Let's unpack the metin, the actual text of the Hadith, by way of the vocabulary words. As the Hadith comes, خيركم. خير and then kum. Men. من تعلم وعلم. So we have khayru, number 2, kum, number 3, man, number 4, ta'allama, number 5, wa, and number 6, allama. Number 6, allama. So number 1, khayru or khayrun. Khayrun means what, class? Khayrun means good, or it can be what? Best. Someone says, careful how? What do you say? Ana bi khayrin. Ana bi khayr. Ana bi khayr. It means what? I'm good. Now, it means what? I am good. But it can also mean better. It could also mean better. And now, by way of what? Comparison. By way of what? Comparison. Between what? Between two things, between one thing and another thing, or between one thing and many other things or people. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, type kum. Kum is actually a pronoun, and it means what, class? You all. You all. You all. Is everybody with me? You all. Is everybody with me? Tayyib. You all. Then we have the word man. We have the word what, class? Man. And man means what? Man means who? Who? Or he who. All right? As it comes in the hadith, in the text of the hadith. He who or who. Now, tayyib. Ta'allama. Now, ta'allama. Jazakumullah khair. Ta'allama. And ta'allama means what? He who did what? He who learned. He who what? Who learned. He who has what? Who has learned. Past tense. Ta'allama. Past tense. He who has what? Learned. Past tense. Tayyib. Next word. Wa. And wa means what, class? Wa means and. A-N-D. And. A-N-D. Again, breaking down the hadith, that is the basis of the lesson, going over the vocabulary words. Allama. Allama. Allama here means what? He what? He teaches in the context. Hey now? All right, but it actually is a past tense verb. Hey now? Allama. Allamtu. To what? It means what? That he has learned. He has what? I'm sorry. That he has taught. That he has what? He has allama. He has what, class? He has taught. He has taught. Past tense. He has taught. Past tense. So one more time. The hadith is what? As it comes on the authority of Uthman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him. He said, Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, khayrukum, the best of you, the best from amongst you, is man ta'allam al-Qur'an, is he who learns the Qur'an, wa'allamahu, and then teaches it. Wa'allamahu, and then teaches it. Rawahu al-Bukhari. Aina, the scholar of hadith that collected this hadith and placed it in his book is Imam Bukhari. Tayyib, on the authority of Uthman, Imam Bukhari collected from the scholars of hadith. Aina, the text of the hadith, the best from amongst you is he who what? Who learns the Quran and teaches it. The vocabulary words from that, khayrun means good. It can also mean best. Good, it could also mean best. And when it means good, of course, it simply means good. But when the meaning or the intent is best, it is what? It is under the what? The meaning of a ismut tafdil. And an ismut tafdil, a noun that is a tafdil type of noun, is those what? Is those, that was awesome, that was better. Is those nouns that is a comparison between what? That is a comparison between one thing or one person and another thing. Tayyib. Or it could be a comparison between one person and now between one person and many other things. Tayyib. Okay, ابعد شوية. ابعد that. ابعد هذا شوية. طيب. من أجل هو على الإنترنت لا نستطيع. Oh, that was actually better. All right, we try our best, but alhamdulillah, we gonna get better as we go along. But it is what, let me see. Actually, والحمد لله لا نفتش يعني في الدرس. تكون تشويش. هذا ليس جيد. لا تكون مفتش. بارك الله فيك. مفتشة. المهم, let's continue. طيب. So again, we're going to go over every word. Like I said, that khayrun can have the meaning of best. Ainam, best or better. Best or better. Ainam, either or. طيب. And that is when it holds the meaning of an ismut tafdil. And those that are, alhamdulillah, that are taking the Arabic classes from Medina books, they should be familiar with these concepts. We're going to continue on, and if not, consider this day that you were introduced to that type of a word, a noun that is a noun that is tafdil. All right? And there are many examples of that. And in the previous hadith, we dealt with that. In the previous hadith, we dealt with that. طيب, al-muhim. Now we're going to move to the vocabulary word, which is a pronoun, kum. It's a pronoun, kum. Kum. And kum means what? Kum is the plural of ka. Kum is the plural of ka. Like Beituka, Ummuka, Kitabuka. This is what? Beitukum, Kitabukum. Ain't Dinukum. This means what? You all. Kum means what? You, but all of you is plural, masculine. That's number 2. Number 3, men. Number 3, men. Like men have it, yes, the same men. Men. But in this case, this is what? This is men, he who. This is what? He who. This is more of a what? Of a men that is what? That is موصولة. وكذلك بعد ذلك men means who, or it can mean he. Men, it can mean who or he. طيب. And then تعلم is a past tense verb. تعلم is a what? Past tense verb. Which means what? He learned. Which means what? He learned. Tayyib. And then we have number 5, wa. Number 5, wa. And wa means what, class? Wa means A-N-D. And. Then we have number 6, allama. Allama. And allama means what? The one who has what? Who teaches or who has taught. Past tense, allama, who has taught. Allama who, as it comes inside of the actual text. So that is the vocabulary words from the actual lesson. So now we want to get into what? We want to get into the actual what? The actual lesson, the questions, the benefits, and so on and so forth. But yeah. فقال المصنف وقال الشيخ, he says علم يعلم. Listen, try to write this down. We'll say it a couple times. He says, as for the verb علم, then know that the past tense verb علم, the present tense of that verb is what? Is يعلم. So anytime, Arabic students, anytime you learn a past tense verb, you should immediately what? Conjugate it and change it to a what? To the present tense form. Meaning, as we learned in Medina Book 1, if someone says ذهب, then you should say what? يذهب. If someone says خرج, then you should say what? يخرج. If someone says جلس, then you should learn the what? The present form. يجلس. Same thing with this verb. It's what? It's علم يعلم. Write it down. علم يعلم. And now, the nominal form of that is what? تعليم. Is what? تعليم. That's a what? Ta, ain, lam, ya, mim. تعليم. طيب. And everybody, even people who've been away on vacation, should know about that word ta'lim. That's how they always express the class. I'm going to ta'lim after Juma, right? So yes, ta'lim. Is that clear? Is everybody clear?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Sure, I got you. So again, the nominal form of this verb, which is called the masdar, it is what? Ta'limun. The way that you know that it's a what? That it's a noun and not a verb is it has a sign of a noun. And the sign of a noun is tanween. That's just side points, little benefits for you. So ta, ain, lam, ya, mim. All right? As well as you should know when you're dealing with verbs and you're learning verbs, you should know the past tense first, then the present tense, as well as the what? As well as the command. As well as what? As well as the command. And the commanding form, we're going to conjugate all three of them. Allama yu'allimu allim. One more time. Allama yu'allimu allim. So again, ain, lam, mim. All right? Fatha on the ain. Kasra, shadda on the lam. Sukoon at the end. Alim. Is that clear? So literally, you're commanding someone to learn. You're commanding someone to study. Alim al-Qur'ana. Alim al-Qur'ana. You're telling them, learn the Qur'an. Alim ad-Dina. Learn your religion. Alim ad-Din. Learn the Deen. Alim al-Qur'an. Learn the Qur'an. Alim al-Islam. Learn Islam. Alim. طيب. Number 2. So the Shaykh continues and he brings some examples. And this is something that you could say to your teacher. It says, علمني أبي اللغة العربية. علمني أبي اللغة العربية. That my father taught me the Arabic language. علمني أبي اللغة العربية. My father taught me the Arabic language. Example number 2. Ya Ustadhu. Oh, teacher. Ya Ustadhu. Oh, teacher. Alamani كيف أصلي. Oh, my teacher. علمني. أي نعم هكذا. علمني كيف أصلي. Teach me how to pray. علمني كيف أصلي. Teach me how to pray. ما شاء الله. فقال الله تعالى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, الرحمن علم القرآن, as it comes in Surah Al-Rahman. Got a little nervous. My wife, the Quran teacher, was in the vicinity. I was waiting to be corrected. Tayyib, inshallah. So again, that's the first verb that we dealt with as it came in our vocabulary list. Now we're going to go to the next one. The Sheikh wanted to deal with another word, and this is from the Arabic and Language Benefits. He said, going down to the next asterisk, and if you see it halfway through your page, for those that have the book, you'll see the next asterisk, and you'll see what? The vocabulary words next to it. So here it says what? It says ta'allama. يتعلم. تعلم. يتعلم. تعلم. يتعلم. Remember, you learn the past tense form, and then you learn the what? You learn the present form of a verb when you learn the verb. تعلم. يتعلم. Then the Sheikh said the commanding form, تعلم. 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 Again, past tense. تعلم, present tense. يتعلم. The commanding form, تعلم. 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 أين؟ The nominal form is تعلم. Is تعلم. The nominal form, the masdar, تعلم. 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 You hear the tanween at the end? Letting you to know that that is the what? That is the nominal form. You know that it is a noun. Why? Because it has tanween at the end. Because it has tanween at the end. You know? Let's get some examples, and the Sheikh wanted to bring some examples so you can know how to use this verb as well, and when speaking Arabic. The Sheikh, he mentioned number one. He says, تعلمت اللغة العربية وأنا صغير. تعلمت اللغة العربية وأنا صغير. هنا تعلمت اللغة العربية وأنا صغير. I learned the Arabic language, and I was what? I was what? I was small. I was small in age. طيب. Number two. He says, أنا الآن أتعلم اللغة العربية أو لغة الإنجليزية. أنا الآن, I right now أتعلم لغة, I learn the Arabic language. The English language, إنجليزية. The English language, إنجليزية. طيب, المهم. Number three. تعلم قيادة سيارتي فإنها مفيد. تعلم قيادة السيارة فإنها مفيدة. يعني قيادة السيارة بمعنى إيش؟ كيف يسوق؟ Okay. أي نعم. So learn how to what? How to drive a car. Okay? Because it is something that is beneficial. Now, so now we're going to go to the next section of the lesson. أجب عما يأتي. أجب عما يأتي. Answer from the following. So اذكر حديثا في فضل تعلم القرآن الكريم وتعليمه. So mention the hadith about what? About learning, about the superiority and the excellence of learning the Quran and teaching it. Who knows the hadith? Who knows the hadith? I know the hadith. It's on the authority of Uthman ibn Affan, where he mentioned that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, خيركم من تعلم القرآن أو من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best from amongst you is he who learns the Quran and teaches it. This is the answer that we're looking for. طيب من الصحابي الذي الحديث خيركم من, and to the end of the hadith. Who from amongst you knows the companion that narrated this hadith? Who knows? And who? On the authority of who? On the authority of who? Somebody can type it. Who knows? On the authority of who? Uthman. And Uthman. It is on the authority of Uthman. Tayyib. The next question. وَمِنَ الْمُحَدِّثُ الَّذِي أَخْرَجَهُ. Who is the scholar of hadith that collected this hadith and placed it in his book for our benefit? Who was the scholar of hadith that collected this hadith and placed it in his book for our benefit? Who knows? المحدث الذي أخرجه البخاري. Imam Bukhari. Imam Bukhari. So not only will you get Arabic and grammar benefits, of course, from the lesson, you'll also start to get familiar with the hadith, with the narrators of the hadith, with the scholars of the hadith, and so on and so forth. So next question. ما معنى خيركم? What does خيركم mean? Does anyone know? ما معنى خيركم? Does anybody know? طيب. Excellent. So خيركم altogether actually means what? أفضلكم. أفضلكم, meaning the best from you. Ain't the best from you. طيب. Keep that in mind. Write that down and remember it. طيب. هاتي المضارع والأمر والمصدر من تعلم. من تعلم. Can somebody bring me the present tense? All right. The commanding form, as well as the nominal form, the masdar for the verb ta'allama. We just went over it. So the present tense form of ta'allama is what, class? Yata'allamu. The commanding form for ta'allama, yata'allamu, is what, class? Ta'allam. And the nominal form for ta'allama is what, class? Ta'allumun. Is what? Ta'allumun. Does everybody have that? Now, so we definitely want to keep the short talk. We want to keep it short. And it is about that time to make the salat. So, alhamdulillah, we completed hadith number 10. And next week, we'll go into hadith number 11. And it is, alhamdulillah, it's a very beneficial one. It is in regards to the women and the what? And the permissibility of them going to the masjid. And what we shouldn't do in regards to preventing them from going to the masjid. It's going to be something beneficial next week. We're going to break the hadith down word for word, get some understanding from the hadith, and as well as what? We're going to bring some Arabic benefits from the lesson. I want to say Jazakumullahu khair for coming out and participating today. It is around 6:55. Isha is close. And in Nilahi Ta'ala, we want to go ahead and establish that prayer. Next week, inshallah, our brother Sabir Abdul Latif will be here with us. He was prevented this week, but he wanted to give the salutations, the salams, and let everyone know that he will be here next Monday for some Monday MUFEED, some benefits on Monday. If there's not anything that y'all need me to repeat from this lesson, we could close out here.